other day, I installed iOS 27 beta onto my iPhone Air. This is my main device. I don't have any other smartphone right now that I could use. I wanted to give it a test run, check out some of the new features. At the end of this video, let you know if it's something you should try or if you should wait for the official release. This is a real day in the life with iOS 27 beta. So one of the first things I actually did was go into settings, appearance, and go to liquid glass. If you're like me, this wasn't really one of the best updates for an operating system ever. If you move this slider to the right, you start to see it get gradually more and more frosted to a point where you don't even see the text anymore. To me, that's how iOS 26 should have been right out of the box, and then allow you to tweak it to be more glass-like. If I scroll down a little bit and we get to a different color, I'll zoom on the screen for you. You could see the lake and the trees reflection in the background. And then again, as I slowly go more and more, it's basically completely gone. I really prefer this frosted look versus what we got in iOS 26. And while I got you here, another thing that they got rid of, which I'm so freaking happy about, is when you tilt the device, we don't have that little glimmer effect on the icons or the widgets anymore. That is a huge plus for me. With this new photo I just took, let me show you a new feature in iOS 27. So if we go to edit and we let it load, a new option at the bottom over here called tools. So if I click on tools, we have a few things that we can do. So if I press extend, what I could do is I can zoom out basically, and what it's going to do is fill in that area with generative fill. I don't know how good it's going to do this exact scene because there's cars and stuff in the parking lot. The building's kind of cut off, but we're going to see this in real time. I'm going to be just as surprised as you are. Okay, so that is a pretty significant, that added like a lot of stuff. Let's go. So it added extra letters to this logo. Interesting. It added, I don't even know where that came from. I guess it's copying that side. That's pretty cool. This car over here now has a door. That is actually insane. Now I'm used to this already with Photoshop, but to see it like be built in your phone is a different level. So again, tap the screen. It added a car door. The stop sign unfortunately got changed to something else, but it's doing a decent enough job. Also the clouds, again, not too bad of a job. You can obviously tell where the clouds came in that were added. They're not as sharp and clear as the real clouds, but I think that did a good job. Something else that is cool is this product by today's sponsor, MagBack. This is a MagSafe compatible car mount and fast charging system. You get this high quality, nice feeling package, and it also has a fan built in. So if you're worried about your phone getting hot, if you live in Florida most of the year like myself, it'll keep things cool while charging. You could of course do this with a MagBack case as well, but if you want to go caseless, you have that option. It also comes with this fast charger for your car's cigarette lighter, just in case you don't have a fast charging USB port. As you can see, I have both options available, so if I wanted to use this, I have the option. I plug in the included USB cable. The fan is now spinning, which I could show it stop when I pull this off. With the included magnet piece, you could pretty much mount this anywhere. I think a good place for me to mount my phone should be around here. So now, whenever I get in my vehicle, I just slap my phone right there, and we are good to go. Huge thank you to Magback for sponsoring this video. If you want to grab your own wireless car charger, make sure to click the link in the description below. And don't forget to use code NIVIC15 at checkout. I tried making this video you're watching right now the other day, and halfway through I had to cancel because I had too much stuff going on. Some things came up, but I still have the screen on time from that day. So if you're curious on how the beta is doing in terms of battery life, at the very beginning, I was only getting like 3 hours of screen on time, which was horrifying because I thought I destroyed my phone, honestly. But as the days went by, I think today's day 4 or day 5, the battery has been improving, which is great. The other day, when I was trying to film this video, I got whatever you see on screen, I believe a little over 5 hours of screen on time. Not as good as I was getting in a previous iOS 26 update, not even the newest iOS 26. Somewhere along the line, one of the 26 updates kind of like took a hit on battery life. When I first got this phone and did the day in the life videos, stuff like that, I was getting like 6 to 7 hours of screen on time, which I thought was great. So hopefully we get back to that the longer we use this beta, as more beta updates come out, and of course the official release. But I thought that was something worth mentioning to you guys. So a little over 5 hours of screen on time, pretty good. Not as good as the iPhone should be getting, especially considering we still have 100% health. The only budget product still available today. Current time is 4:14 p.m. and we still have 90% remaining. Now, I didn't start the day super early with my phone. I took it off the charger when it hit 100% at around 12:35 p.m. So it's been off the charger a little around 4 hours, lost 10%. Now, what makes that significant to me personally is because I did a lot of camera controls with this. Now, I don't mean the camera control button that the phones have. I mean literally controlling this camera. See, I don't have a cameraman, so all those shots you saw earlier were started, ended, zoom in, zoom out using my phone with the Sony Creator app. Not sponsored or anything, just telling you. So my phone had to connect to my camera with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and I could use my phone to literally start and record the camera, change settings, set a focus. The fact that I did that since I started recording this video and use my phone a bunch, and we still have 90%, is way better than any previous day I've had with the beta so far. That's pretty good news for me. Time is 8:53 p.m. with 69% remaining. Still doing pretty good in terms of battery life, I would say. Almost 9 hours off the charger and only 31% gone is pretty good, even with light usage, especially because I use things like always on display, as you can see right now. Let's check out some extra stuff iOS 27 has to offer. Another feature that I think is really cool about iOS 27 is if we pick a new wallpaper, just because I don't want to mess up my other one, we can now make the clock minimal. That is really, really nice if you want to have extra minimalism. We could basically pick any color we want. Let's try to do something like that. Oh no, that looks horrible. And then of course we can add some widgets. That is a really, really clean looking lock screen. Now, I'm not saying this is the best lock screen ever, of course, but I'm just saying the fact that you can basically just get rid of everything and leave the clock all the way up there. I think we could even go even more with this. Let's get rid of these widgets. Get rid of these as well. That is minimalism if I ever seen it. And then you just swipe up and we're home. That is crazy. I might have to actually rock it like this. Probably with a different wallpaper, but oh wow, and the clock stays small and the always on display too. I didn't even notice that. Wow. That is incredible. That looks really solid. If we get a look at some of the icons, we have some changes in shapes, some changes in looks. Looks really clean. I haven't had regular colored icons in a really long time, so it's nice to see my phone look like this again. Another feature that I like, I guess not really a feature, more of like a UI improvement, is whenever you're going to pay for something, look how slick this new menu is. You can basically swap to other cards very easily, no problem at all. And I just really like the way this looks in comparison to the older one. That is really nice. I know there was a lot I didn't talk about in this video. I didn't want to go over AI features. I didn't use any of the AI features. Is the tools in the photo app considered AI? If it is, then that's the exception. One of the only things I noticed that might be AI is the way Siri loads up now. I don't know if you can see that like rainbow colored thing going on, but that might just be a new look to Siri. I don't have the orb because I don't have Siri AI on. In terms of smoothness, battery life, I think the fluidity of the interface of going through the operating system is just as good as it was before. I don't see any real difference. Battery life is a different story. The first 2 or 3 days, I was only getting around 3 hours of screen on time, which is not good if you're used to getting 7 hours of screen on time or 6 hours of screen on time. I basically cut it in half. I had around 5 hours in a recent day. I didn't use my phone all that much today, so I'll put on screen whenever this video is done how much screen on time I had at the end of my day, even way past me filming this part of the video. Should you go install the beta on your device? The reason I did it is because I have this YouTube channel. I wanted to check out iOS 27 for myself. And the #1 reason was to get rid of as much liquid glass as possible. I know that may seem silly, but yeah, I really do not like liquid glass at all. And another reason was the last iOS 26 update kind of destroyed my battery anyway, so there's been a few reports of it draining a lot of people's phones. If I were an average person, an average iPhone user, I'd probably just wait. We only got another month or so before iOS 27 becomes official. Probably safer to do that than the stupidity that I did installing it on my main device, taking a risk, getting not really all that good battery life. If you're feeling adventurous and want to check it out for yourself, of course, back up your device. That's something you should do before updating to any kind of beta software on any phone. Have everything secure. Make sure you back up your photos, your music, whatever you have on your phone. Worst case scenario, I'm pretty sure there's ways to downgrade. If you're not happy with the beta, you could just go back to iOS 26. So what do you think of iOS 27? Is it something that you're gonna try? Are you excited for it? I'm excited for iPhone 13 users, specifically iPhone 13 mini users, and probably 12 mini users as well. There's been a ton of reports online saying that the phone is now faster, which is great because iOS 26 was definitely heavy on my 13 mini when I had it. If iOS 27 could speed up those older devices, that's a double thumbs up for me, honestly.